Hello, everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
We put in our password, so we should be back where we were last time.
We are.
We have a little more of an idea of how to beat the boss, which it is what we were suspecting, that it was going after the monkey.
Indeed. I'm just trying to make sure that I can be heard.
Yeah, and hopefully you can. If any of you guys have experience recording with a friend or business partner or whoever, and you have any mic suggestions, let me know in the comments. I would like to eventually get a 2 mic system, but figuring out how on earth to plug that into my laptop is something I have yet to learn.
Yes.
So, preferably, I would like one plug, 2 mics. But when I tried to do that before with something else that we had, it did not work because I think the USB was not able to supply enough power to the 2 mics.
Yeah.
And therefore it was just not recording at all. But I was thinking about lapels, but I'm worried about lapel mics not being good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be harder since I don't have the extra stuff.
Right. You don't have any of the power-ups.
Yeah.
Monkey's just there in the corner like, you can't get me, but you did.
I did it!
You did it! Yes, you did. Ha! Take that, little monkey thing.
This time it's like 4 hits too, without.
Yeah, without the power up.
So we completed World 1.
Yep. What?
Right?
Oh, I don't know. I did that. I did not read that earlier message. I got a message from the Humane Society because apparently they weren't reading the notes about this one dog that's not supposed to get treats, and they were giving her treats. And they went into graphic detail about why you should not give the dog treats.
Oh dear.
And I was having lunch, so I'm like, I'm not going to read this right now.
Stage 1.
But they emailed another note about that, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to read more details about this. It was for the volunteers that walk dogs, and I don't walk dogs anyway. Mainly because of my bad back, I cannot deal with a big dog pulling me along when it gets excited.
Even if he's a happy little guy, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The Humane Society doesn't really have small dogs. They have medium and large dogs. So, there, the fact that I suffer from chronic pain is another reason I don't own a dog currently.
Right.
Because my back will not tolerate me having to, like, pull a dog that's trying to run off excitedly. Yeah.
I imagine so. It really depends.
Yeah.
Because you had told me that your body, dogs are a big responsibility, and that can hurt your body.
Yep. The other thing is I don't want to pick up poop with just a little plastic bag.
Understandable.
I much prefer dealing with kitty litter, where I don't have to, and I have a scoop, so I don't have to interact with it anywhere near my hands at all. So
yes. Well, at times I too am crazy for cats, so
yes. I have particularly been fond of black cats,
Yep.
specifically.
Your babies are adorable, honestly.
Yeah, because I discovered, thanks to those babies, just how friendly black cats are.
Oh, yeah.
And like every black cat I've adopted is friendly. Yeah, the girls are a little more finicky.
Yes.
But overall, all the black cats are friendly.
Yep.
Um,
A minecart.
yes, it's true that Joy doesn't always want to be pet, mostly because of how active she is.
Right.
Um, and Winnie only wants it on her terms when she wants it.
Yes.
But she does like us and will hunt for us and meow for attention.
Yeah.
Gus and Gabe, though, they're open to it almost any time. Like,
Yes. It
like,
amazes us.
yeah, like even if they're not specifically asking for attention, which believe me, they almost always are. But when they aren't asking for attention, even then, if you come over and pet them, they'll be like, "Yeah, this is nice." Uh,
Yeah.
which the stereotype of cats is that they only want to be pet when they demand it, and that they'll like kind of go off and do their own thing all other times. And I
Mm-hmm.
can say, yeah, my girls are like that, my girl cats. But my boy cats,
Mm-hmm.
they will, if you want, if your only reason for not wanting a cat is you feel like they aren't friendly enough, I suggest getting a black cat.
Yes.
And apparently, I've heard orange cats are also really friendly, so maybe an orange cat as well. Um, but black cats are very friendly and affectionate and loyal. Um, so if that's like the only reason you're a dog person, trust me, you can find cats like that. Um, if you're a dog person, because you just are, if there are other aspects of cats that you don't like, that's fine. But don't assume that cats are unfriendly, is I guess what
Right.
I'm getting at. If that's your only reason, and obviously if you're allergic to cat hair, of
Oh,
course,
yeah. We understand that limitation.
don't get a cat if you're allergic to them. Excuse me.
Well, I was lucky there.
Yeah, a very interesting and sentient volcano.
Yeah.
I just like the creativity of the Bomberman games as well. I found it to be very fascinating and uh, similarly to Kirby, it kind of has its own identity, if that makes sense. Like the
It
art
does.
style is very specific to its universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of feeling. So,
I
but
enjoy these.
yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Bomberman Wii game. That's why I didn't keep that one.
Ah.
Yeah, is it just I don't know. It felt like it was trying to be a party game, and I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we Mario Party but with Bomberman?
Yeah, I don't know whether.
And not even in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Not even one of the good. We're doing Mario. Not even one of the good Mario parties. More like we have Mario Party at home.
Yes. One of those.
Yeah. Which, by the way, um, unfortunately, I think Crash Bash counts as a we have Mario Party at home.
Ah.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I love Crash, but they did not do a good Mario Party ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
Unpopular opinion and all, but Sonic Shuffle did great. It has its own thing going for it. But apparently nobody else agreed, so we only got one Sonic Shuffle.
That is
And
heartbreaking.
they didn't even make a GameCube version of it. The closest we got was if you play Sonic and the Secret Rings 2-player, they do have mini games. So it's literally like only that aspect. And
How sad.
and I know it made me very sad because I'm like, I would love for them to have made a second Sonic Shuffle just so that the Sonic Adventure 2 characters could be in Sonic Shuffle.
We would love that, actually.
Yeah, because it came out before Sonic Adventure 2, so there was no way you could have Rouge or Shadow. And I would also like them to release a version where I could put the Japanese audio on, because that was one of the few Dreamcast Sonic games where you could not change the language, which was kind of rude in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also had really weird glitches. I don't know if it'll happen when we're playing it. It probably won't, because I think it was my copy that was struggling and we bought a new copy.
Yes. You're the proud owner of 3 copies of that game?
Yes, because I kept getting bad luck with that game. Yeah, now that you bought one, I have 3 copies.
Yes.
Um,
Including someone who stole.
it was stolen from me. The one copy I got to replace the one that was stolen from me, it literally crashes and goes back to the main menu of the Dreamcast, like in the middle of the game. You'll never know when it's going to do it either. It just happens, and then you lose all the progress you made.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
It is.
And I'm like, I do not want that to happen when we play Sonic Shuffle, especially because I want to give it its due and say, you guys are unfair to Sonic Shuffle. And
Yes,
it's
and I
not,
want to help you with that.
yeah, and it's not going to help my case if it crashes a million times while we're playing it.
Correct.
But yeah, anyway, that copy had this weird glitch that I wasn't sure if like this was from the original Japanese programming or something, but I do know at least because I looked up some screen caps of the Japanese version that they do not officially, they're not supposed to appear on the stage, but just random like where these kanji appear on the spaces instead of like the sprites that are supposed to be there. I don't know if you ever saw that, but
True, true.
I saw it a few times when I played with the friend who actually ultimately stole it from me.
Yeah.
I saw that glitch a few times, and yeah, I wasn't able to look it up on the internet because it wasn't as easy to look that stuff up back then. But when I did finally recently see what the Japanese version looks like, I can confirm no, they're not meant to be visible. So I think it was literally part of the programming that, like, instead of showing what it was supposed to show, it showed the placeholders, which was just really weird.
It was.
I had never seen that glitch before in any game, so it was weird. But yeah, I would argue there were one or two things it did that Mario Party actually did afterwards.
Yes.
But I know how people are. They will defend Mario Party and they will say Mario Party did these things first. But yeah, and Hudson worked on it actually. Speaking of Hudson, um,
Mm-hmm.
And I love how people are like, Hudson partially worked on it. Like they want to like downplay Hudson's involvement. Like they're trying to protect Hudson. And I'm like, I don't care. I think some people just didn't give it a chance. They just saw it and they're like, yeah, Mario Party ripoff. And then they played it and they're like, haha, yeah, Mario Party ripoff. And they just didn't even try. Um, like, no, believe me,
Okay.
I've seen games that are only trying to cash in on Mario Party, and Sonic Shuffle is not.
Correct.
And yes, I will defend that. But I'll go into more detail when we actually play Sonic Shuffle. Or maybe I'll be really annoying and talk about it when we play Mario Party. It depends on my mood. Because
Oh, you care about it.
you know, when I have a place to actually talk where people will listen, I kind of feel like I will say it because otherwise I'm just expressing my opinion to the void. And I know, and I guess I don't have too much to lose because I know my opinion's unpopular. So if everybody gets all upset and in an uproar, I'll be like, well, I expected that, so it's not really a big deal. Oh yeah, speaking of things I always talk about, um, apparently, now this is just one source, so I'll have to dig into other sources. But one source I read, according to this one source, the Paramount Sonic movies bombed in Japan, according to one source.
Interesting.
Now I'm going to have to look into it more, and this person was using it to make their argument that Sonic is not popular in Japan, which I've already argued with, as you know.
Yes.
uh,
That you have.
because I'm like, that makes no sense. Why would they keep making new games if Sonic was failing miserably in Japan? Because believe me, and Connor agreed with me, we've seen plenty of franchises die, even if they were doing
Yes.
even if they were doing fine in America.
Like his and her circumstances.
Yes, to give an anime example.
Yep. You millennials will remember that one, Mike.
And yes, occasionally the US market will kill something off that's doing well in Japan, i.e. the Dreamcast.
Yes.
So I got pretty mad at this one video that was like that there was one person who tried to argue that Sonic Adventure 2 was originally going to be the last game, and I'm like, that is hilarious. Was going to be the last Sonic game because the Dreamcast was failing. And I'm like, that is hilarious. I'm like, the Dreamcast was doing great in Japan. Why would they assume? Besides, the Dreamcast wasn't even failing that early. We're talking about a 2001 game, so I was like, I get so annoyed that sometimes when I come across these shorts where people with such confidence just spread lies. I'm like, no. But anyway, back to what I was originally saying. Yeah. So anyway, they were trying to say this as part of their argument that the Sonic franchise is not doing well in Japan. That Sonic's not popular in Japan, and people don't like Sonic in Japan. Um, Obviously, I don't know 100%, but I feel it in my heart based on how the games have been releasing that is a lie. And not to be mean, but you know what my first thought was when I read that they used the Paramount movies flopping as support of this. I'm like, maybe they just flopped because they suck.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but that was my unfiltered very first reaction.
And I think the Japanese audience would have felt that Sonic movie number 3 was pandering.
Yeah.
Because why else would you, for no reason, have decide to pay reference to cheese and the other chow
Yeah.
for no reason other than, oh, Japanese viewers will watch it because these things are in it.
Yeah, and I think I wouldn't be surprised. I have a theory that the second movie probably did good in Japan, and the third movie's the one that flopped.
Yes.
That's my own fan theory, if you will.
That's a good one.
But because here's the other thing, and I think a lot of people assume that Japan always gives these things a pass because certain things that we read as racist, they won't read as racist. But I think in the case of Sonic 3, I think they would read that stuff as racist. The scenes in Tokyo, I don't think Japan would respond well to it. I don't think any amount of localizing the script is going to save the. Especially considering a lot of Japanese people like to watch it in English with Japanese subtitles, because you get a lot of times with the movies originally in English, you get that option. You can. They'll have two different. Yeah, they'll have two different showings, and you can either watch it dubbed in Japanese, or if you go at a different time, you can watch it with Japanese subtitles. And that's something I learned when I was in Japan and Detective Pikachu was coming out there. I noticed they had both options for Detective Pikachu. The movie, but yeah. So anyway, even if they in the Japanese dub tried to, smooth some of that over, a lot of fans, a lot of fans probably watched it in English and probably didn't appreciate jokes like "Konichi what?" I mean, it's kind of hard to not have that come across as racist. And yeah, jokes like that really made me angry because I will argue that the Sonic 2 movie had a racist scene in it too. And I'm like, you guys did not learn your lesson. And I don't know why the Sonic Paramount movies seem to get a pass for being racist, because they're racist with Knuckles too, in my opinion. So, and that didn't magically go away in the third movie. So, yeah. So I'm like, I didn't actually post that because it's kind of stupid to post your unfiltered thought without giving it some thought. um, but I was half tempted to, and probably a much younger me would have just posted the. Well, maybe, maybe they didn't like. Maybe the movies bombed because they sucked.
You would have been like a podcaster.
Me of 15 or maybe even 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'd have big following.
If I had more YouTube know-how, I would have literally had a screenshot of that post and shown it to everybody, and I would have reacted by with the face cam thing. Well, maybe it's just because they suck. Did you ever consider that? Maybe that's why it bombed in Japan. Maybe they have better taste than us. Huh? No, I'm kidding. But another argument they used was how long season 3 of Sonic X actually took to air in Japan, which I don't think that's a case of the Sonic X anime failing. I think that's more a case of, to the Japanese audience, it didn't need another season.
Yes,
it probably was perfect to them just to end after the second season.
I do think that a lot of them were not so thrilled with the House of Cream's mother.
Yeah, which I was weirded out by that was in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
And I was almost worried that none of them knew that her name is Vanilla because they even had Vector constantly say Miss Cream's mom, which I'm like, who are you, Goku? That's like a mistake Goku would make. And I'm like, you have a crush on the woman and you don't know her first name? And I'm like, what, Vector? You're not going to get anywhere if you don't even know her name. So I'm like, I don't think Vector would do that. I think he would learn her name and probably
Yes,
put Miss in front of her name to be polite.
all the time.
Yeah,
Mrs. Vanilla.
yeah.
And the guy is bashfully in love with the bunny. So
Yeah, and I kind of get the impression that he's a gentleman, at the very least, maybe a self-proclaimed gentleman. But I
yeah,
I think he would be too prideful to make that kind of mistake.
yeah,
So anyway, I my from what I was hearing, Sonic X having 3 seasons was more a case of 4Kids being like, we need a third season because this is doing great and we can't have it end. Whereas I think
yes,
in Japan they're like, well, this is good. This was doing great. Now we're ready to move on to the next show because, for the most part, with a few exceptions, Japan doesn't really like to have shows overstay their welcome.
right.
Uh, they have a
They were not in a hurry to learn um, about Flower the Flower. Snuggles the Rosebud. Cosmo.
Okay, I'm like, is this a bit or do you literally forget her name? Yeah. We apologize to the Cosmo fans
Sorry,
out
Cosmo
there.
fans. I was not trying to be rude to Cosmo.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
legit forgot her
yeah,
name.
the fact that this whole season had a messy plot that's
Ooh,
not at all related to the games.
ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
yay! Um, I love those creatures. I don't know what they are.
Me neither. And I just boxed myself in and just
Yeah,
died.
yeah, that was tragic. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Yes, the fact that it had a completely made up plot that had nothing to do with the games, other than I argue they probably were inspired by, I think her name's Lumina from Sonic Shuffle to make Cosmo's design. Because doesn't she kind of
She
look like her?
does. She
Yeah,
does look like Lumina.
Lumina with a little bit of Void's color scheme.
Yeah.
Void is the villain in Sonic Shuffle, by the way. Or is he? No, I'm kidding. You'll have to watch us play to find out, because I am so tempted. Now, I don't know. Unless literally everybody complains horribly, I would love to have us play the story mode of Sonic Shuffle. Just
I'm
honest
down with that.
honestly to spite the people who just played it once and trashed it the entire time.
Yes. We're looking at you, Grump of the Games.
Yeah, because I know all about your complicated and messy history with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
How you literally compared Sonic to a toxic ex.
Eh?
Yeah, yeah, you know.
A
The
toxic
the
ex?
toxic ex that you keep wanting to go back to, but you know they're no good for you.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to call them out by name, but you know, yes.
I
That's why I stopped watching them play Sonic
I
games.
can't believe
I could not,
they went there.
I cannot deal with that kind of talk about Sonic.
Because Sonic may be a lot of things, but that's not at all how
Yeah.
he comes off to me as.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of I guess because unlike most people, I kind of approached the Sonic franchise like, of course they're gonna try new and different things. So I never made myself ultra comfortable just with one gameplay style for Sonic. Like, he didn't say it, but based on his opinions over the numerous Sonic games that they've played on their channel that I watched before I gave up watching them play Sonic games, I think, now I could be wrong, and if for some reason you guys are watching this, which I would be really shocked,
Yeah.
I do apologize. This is just my impression, and I know we're past the 30-minute mark, but we'll play till game over, I guess.
Yes, I'm trying my best to read this.
My impression is that he's actually somewhat of a classic Sonic fan, since he even had terrible things to say about Sonic Adventure, which is, by the way, that was like my cutoff once I found out his Sonic Adventure opinions. Because, yeah, it was kind of the popular opinion to dunk on Sonic Adventure at the time that he did. And I wouldn't be surprised if that channel was one of the reasons. Because not to brag, but I'm not a false fan. Is that... Oh. He looked... for a second, he looked like a pile of poop. But then I'm like, oh, okay. Once he started to be built together, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yes.
I'm like, I think Bomberman's a little classier than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little hero of the bombs.
Though I can't unsee it, but yeah, I think he's supposed to be a rock. All right, but anyway, sorry. That just amused me while I was talking about this thing I have issues with, to see what I thought was a pile of poop with eyes. Yeah, that's how I feel about your opinions. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You have every right to your opinions, but yeah, I was somebody who, the Sonic games I liked, I proudly said that I liked them, even when it was the unpopular thing. I got so sad when I saw YouTubers, oh no, who acted bashful to admit they like Sonic games. That's
3351.
all right. Well, we are ending for now, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for listening to me. All right. Bye. We'll see you next time. We did make progress, at least.
We did.
All right.
I just hope I still have the problems.
3, 2, 5, 1. Okay. Bye, guys. See you next time.